Hi Year 9s, in this video we're going to look at drawing a pie graph. So in this example we're looking at 30 students who come to school as follows. We're asked to represent this information on a pie graph. So the first thing we need to do to show this information on a pie graph is to draw a table. So we'll talk about mode of transport, and that will be one column. Okay, so we'll have walking, biking, bus, and car. So there's our table, and we'll have the number of each. And perhaps I should be using a different colour here. So 8 people walk, 5 people bike, 11 people bus, and whoops, I'll try that again. So 5 people walk, 8 people walk, 5 people bike, 11 people bus, and 6 people take the car. And then what we have to work out is the angle as a percentage or a part of 360. And so what we have to do for this is go, well, first of all we need to work out a total. And so there's 30 students, so it's out of a total of 30. And so we go 8 over 30 times 360. And that will give us the amount or the size of the angle that we need. So 8 divided by 30 times 360. And that gives us our angle for walking, which is 96 degrees. So 96 degrees. Okay, so for the next one, it's going to be 5 over 30 times 360. Calculator out. So 5 over 30 times 360. That's 60 degrees. 60 degrees. And for our next one, 11 divided by 30 times 360. That's 132. And then 6 divided by 30 times 360. That's 72. And we don't need to do the total because that will all add up to 360 anyway. Okay, for the next part, you would need a protractor with degree measurements on it. Now that's a little bit tricky for me on the computer, so I've prepared a circle where I can change the angles. So the first angle needs to be 36. So in fact what I'll do is I'll just shift this across so that we can see the angles there. So that's the angle that I'm measuring, and I want to make that 96. There we go. Okay, here's the next angle, and I need to make that 60. There we go, that I think is as close as we'll get. This angle here needs to be 132. So we'll try and get that as close as possible. 132, very hard to get it exactly right. That's about as close as we'll get. And this one needs to be 72, and that rounds up to 72, so it's near enough. Okay, so I'll get those angles out of the way, and then I'll take a screenshot of that and bring it into OneNote. Okay, so there's my pie graph. Let's move it over here a little bit. And what we want to do now is label each part. And so we'll say this one here is, the first on our list was walk. So walk. And I'll write 8 in there. And I'll write, yep, that's fine, 8. And then we've got bike. And we had 5 people bike. And we've got bus, and 11 people took the bus. And then the car, 6 people took the car. Okay, so we just need a title for this as well, and we'll call it mode of transport. Transport for students in 9BN, and that's our graph. One thing that some people like to do is just colour code it as well. It makes it a little bit easier to separate the parts of the graph, and you're welcome to do that as well. Don't get too carried away with colouring in. The main concept here is that you know how to draw the graph, not that you can colour in. So simple shading in is fine. And what colour should we do that last one? Make it grey. Okay, and that is how you draw a pie graph. So for you guys on your pen and paper, you'll want to make sure that you use a protractor. Even if you've got a surface, you can use a protractor on the screen and just use the circle tool from OneNote. Okay, I'd like you guys to do exercise 31.03, please.